Friends. Today, Stephen Talbot here, of course, first of all. Today is Thursday. What a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Look at this beautiful sunlight. Today's Thursday, March the 22nd, I believe. Thursday, March 22nd, 2018. And it is my pleasure to be, look, somebody's across there looking at me like I'm crazy. In fact, every time I do that, somebody usually is around that looks at me like I'm freaking crazy. I'm delighted to be here with you guys today. So I'm actually going to upload 2 videos today because my interview yesterday, my third interview, which I thought was going to be my third and final interview, but it actually got rescheduled to today. I'm about to go to it in about 30 minutes. But yesterday, after I was supposed to have the meeting yesterday, after it got rescheduled, I got an email from Turnkey that said they wanted to schedule. I may have talked about this in my video yesterday, I can't remember, but it said that they wanted to go ahead and schedule another interview or phone call with a guy who's the director of operations over the whole business. So I had that, and so I'm going to do a video about that, and then I'm going to do another video after this other interview wraps up. So the interview was the toughest of the 3 that I've had so far, but only by comparison. It wasn't tough at all, but in comparison of the other ones, it was. He asked some of the more difficult questions, such as, which honestly, you know, when you're on an interview, if you do have the experience, the appropriate job experience, interviews are very easy. So it's interesting because previous to these interviews, the only other interviews I've had is when I started, or when I started with Dell. And of course, when I started it, well, I mean, I had several. I worked for Bell South Mobility for a while. I worked for Dell, but really in my professional adult life, Dell was the last interview that I had. And that was difficult, I think, because I had no prior experience. I had no experience in a call center. I had a little bit. No experience in sales at all. And so I think that's why I remember the interview being so difficult, because I remember them asking me questions that were difficult for me to answer. And obviously I did okay on them because I got that job. In fact, now that I think about it, I've gotten every job that I've ever interviewed for. And I don't make it a fuss to this is probably not good because I should diversify my efforts. But this is the only job I applied for. I looked at jobs and I talked to my old boss at Dell about working for Dell again, but I never really took any steps towards that. I wanted to stay in the vacation rental business. I like it. What's better than a vacation? What's better than, what's better than satisfying, providing great experiences for guests who are on vacation and they're just looking to have a good time? And I also understand the business of property management, and what's better than providing an excellent experience for homeowners who want a return on their investment and want to also provide an excellent experience for their guests, but through via third party through the company that I would be working for. So anyway, he asked a lot of questions about how do you manage people? How do you make sure to provide a good guest experience? How do you make sure to build rapport and to keep the experience with the homeowners good? How do you exceed their expectations? And he just asked more specific questions to the job than any previous person had asked me. But having been in the business for the past several years and having dealt with the very same challenges that this company is also going through or facing, made the interview very easy for me. Like literally, I had the same problems that they're having now. Guests arrived, their expectations weren't properly set. They thought one thing and they turned out to be another. The housekeeping wasn't. The house wasn't cleaned up to par. Also managing vendor relationships. You have to manage your housekeepers, find good housekeepers, diversify the housekeepers among different companies so that all of your eggs aren't in one basket in case the vendor relationship goes sour and then you're screwed because you have no housekeepers at all. All of those same challenges that I dealt with in my own business translates to the same experience in this business. So I felt like I nailed the interview. And I still feel strongly that I'm the perfect candidate for this position. And I also still feel very strongly in my gut that this job is mine. So I'm just going through the formalities. At this point, I feel like I'm going through the formalities more so than anything else. I'm not really Yeah, I can't imagine another person being better qualified for this job. The only aspect of it that I'm a little worried about, I'm not worried about it, I see it as a challenge and I'm really up for the task, and that is the managing of the people part. I actually enjoy, even on this, my own channel, you guys, if you've watched me before, you know that I like to share any goodness that I find out there in the world about how to improve your life and improve yourself and improve what you give to the world. And I think that effort will also parallel very nicely with managing, because the whole goal of managing is to provide feedback and to improve your employees' performance and to improve their careers and hopefully help them move up as well and to make them the best employee that they can be in their own individual capacities and with the skills they have, and to encourage them to develop new skills and stuff like that. So it's just been a while since I managed people. The last time was at Dell, and I actually managed a group of 300 people, but they weren't my direct reports. They were actually third-party outsourcers that we used to do some of our tech support and customer service at Dell. So, and I managed that relationship mostly, for the most part. I would take bi-monthly trips up there and just check in with everybody, make sure everything was going smoothly. But I didn't have any direct reports or any one-on-ones, that sort of thing. So I'm really excited about that aspect of it. But it also is a challenge, and I'm a little less experienced in that area, I would say. Not less experienced, but less of recent experience. Well, you know what? Now that I say it, think that's not exactly true, right? Because having the multiple vacation rentals, I still had to manage all of that. Manage to make sure people were in the right places at the right time and make sure that guest questions were answered properly and on time. And I built the processes, the procedures and the processes, and how I wanted everything to look and feel. And when a guest text you and ask this, respond to me. I've developed the entire process, the whole process and procedures type book. And I would say that I even went so far as to do it in the shadow of what a larger business would do, because I was hoping to grow my own business to be a large business. So really, if there is a challenge at all, if you can call that a challenge, that would be what the challenge is. And I would say that's the only adverse part of my resume, if that makes sense. So, but really, like I said, I still have the experience, and come to think of it, this job is only going to be managing 5 to 7 people, I believe. So, I have experience doing that. It's just not something that, I don't know. I'm up for the task, and I know that I can do it, and I'm really confident in that. I'm actually going to buy me a couple of leadership books and go ahead and start reading those right away. So the interview went great. I'm about to go on my final interview. They are supposed to. So the lady that I'm discussing the position with today is actually in the sales. She's the general manager of the Nashville market in sales. So she actually brings on and onboards new properties to the portfolio. So I'm going to be talking with her. The guy I talked to earlier is the director of the whole company. He's a company-wide director. So I don't know if he's her boss or not. I doubt it. They're more partners. I think more partnership. So I'm sure that will go well. It's the only face-to-face interview that I will have, and I will let you guys know in a separate video how that goes. But I'm sure I will nail it. Also, as soon as I got off the phone with the guy that I interviewed with earlier today, I got an email from them that said that they want to go ahead and run my background check. So that is a good thing. I've never had it done quite in that order. Usually they don't run the background check until after they offer you the position. So I feel like that is a clear sign. But I can't wait to hear the news, until they tell me. They told me they're going to make a decision today or tomorrow. So I can't wait to hear, to actually receive an offer, because I'm on pins and needles about it. I'm super, super stoked and super excited to get back into the workforce, the camaraderie, to build a team, to make the team better, to make the company better, and to really, put all my skills to work. They've just sort of been out floating in the world for the past 9 months or so. I really haven't been doing much. I've been on a sabbatical, if you will, which was much needed. And I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to take the time to do that and to get my life and my fitness back together and to eat healthier and all of that. So with that, guys, I will bid you farewell. Stay tuned for the next video and wish me luck. As always, until next time, enjoy yourself.